my name is Lindy Sherries and I used to be a Sangoma. In this channel, I talk about everything, guys. Abokorobela, the secrets that we were taught not to share with you guys, how we used to trick you guys, the spirits, how everything works when you go to a Sangoma for consultation, Yamatambo. So whether you believe in God or don't believe in God, please check out this channel so we can talk about it. If you believe in God, let's share the gospel. If you don't believe in God, you can check out the channel too. I want to hear your opinion and I want people to actually share their opinion, not insulting me without saying why. Thank you, and I'll see you on my channel.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. My name is Solomon Izangi Shams. It's so good to be with you. Hope you're doing very well today. And yeah, if you're here for the first time, thank you for coming. Please check out the YouTube channel, Solomon's Temple. Make sure you subscribe. Check it out. There are a lot of other content there that I'm sure is going to be a blessing to you. Let me know where you're watching from. Are you watching in Europe, in Africa, in Canada, or out in Asia, or in the Middle East? Let me know in the comment section. Please let me know where you're watching from and how you're doing. And also make sure that you please let us know what you think about some of the stuff that we get to share here. Hello, Lizzy. Lizzy says, hi, Uncle Soul and Bereans. I love you all. Some of you guys that are new here, you don't know who the Bereans are. You and I are the Bereans. You know what the Bible says about the Bereans, the Berean Christians? They go and listen to their pastor, their apostle, their bishop. They will say, okay. When they get home, they open their Bible and check and see if what the pastor, the bishop shared, the prophet shared is in the Bible. Now, that is what Lizzy is talking about. And Lizzy is from Mpumalanga here in South Africa. Gwen, you're watching from Jamaica. Good to have you here, my sister. Awesome to have all the guys from the islands, from the Caribbean. Awesome to have each and every one of you guys here. So, as you know, on a fundraise, I need 200 people to help me with $70, which is about 1,000 rand. So I can pay a legal fee cost to a charlatan, a pastor who took me to prison about a year ago. I need to pay him, and this is the pastor, Alf Lukau. See the way he's living his life, like a king. He's been after me, saying he's going to make sure that I go to prison. And I went to prison, came back, and now he went to court and said, no, I lost, so I need to pay his legal cost, which was over 300,000, but we got it down to under 300,000. You see, 322,000. Now, all he's trying to do is to shut me up. Members of his church have threatened my family. They've come to our house. I had to move my wife away one time when she was pregnant. His bodyguard, this one you see in white that is dressed like a military man, that's how they dress, just to intimidate people. He's not a military man. He intimidated my wife, pregnant wife, and my kids. So I'm trying to raise over 200,000, and I would really appreciate if each of you would support me with 1,000 rand, South African rand, or $70, $100, or even $200 or $500. That would go a long way. Whatever the Lord is laying in your heart. They want to shut me up, but they can't shut me up. And because of this legal fee, I'm not going to go to them crawling and say, no, I'm sorry. That's what they want. They want to be worshipped. They want to be adored. If not, their wish is to destroy me. They've tried everything. But I'm not going to be quiet watching people suffer every single day. That's never going to shut me up. So please, if you want to support, you can support via PayPal. PayPal is solomontalks@yahoo.com. That's PayPal. If you are in Nigeria, because I get people in Nigeria sometimes saying, Solomon, I would like to support what you with this legal cost. So this is it here. Solomon Izangi Shams, GT Bank Garki branch. And also, if you want to do a Western Union or you cannot do, just WhatsApp me on this number so I can give you the details that you need. I need to raise this money. by the end of next week, before the end of the month. If you're in South Africa, this is my banking details. Thank you so much. So back to the issue of the day. This is Pastor Siva Mudley. He passed away 579 days, actually 580 days today. When he passed away, his family refused to bury him. He has a wife and 2 adult kids, David and Curti. They also preach in the church. So the church is like a family-controlled church. But due to his teaching where he believes that a Christian is not supposed to die from sickness, he didn't believe in the COVID-19 virus. When he passed away, the family left him in the morgue, in the mortuary for 579 days. The mortuary got tired. Like, no, you have to come and pick your husband and bury it. They were not even replying the mortuary's, the funeral parlor's messages. They believed he was going to be resurrected. Now, if that is not foolishness, I don't know any other thing. Does God resurrect? Yes. But do people with faith, strong faith, pass away from sickness and disease? Yes. So we have to separate foolishness from wisdom. So he was buried yesterday. This was how he was buried. A few people, not very much. This was how he was buried. This is how he was buried. Now, what a lot of people don't know is at that graveside, when he was buried, his wife wasn't there. His son, adult son, wasn't there. His daughter, Curti, wasn't there. None of his family member was there. None of his church member was there. So I got some scoop. My sources letting me know that actually he was going to be buried as a pauper. So he was just going to be taken from the mortuary and just taken to the cemetery, grave is dug, just put him there and bury him. That was what they were going to do. Because the family was refusing to bury him. They were refusing to claim him. And the mortuary was tired. So what did they do? The mortuary now went to court, to the High Court in Johannesburg. And they got an order permitting them to bury the body. Because only family members are permitted to do that. But after 579 days and constant communication to get the family, the church to bury him, they refused. So he was just going to be buried as a pauper. He was just going to take his corpse from the funeral, from the morgue, from the mortuary, just take him there, dig, and then put him in there. Nobody there to say a prayer, nobody there to beautify, to bid him farewell. That was what was going to happen. And they got a court order for that. The only way they could bury him was to go to court because his wife, his children, his church refused to even communicate with the mortuary where they took the body to. But one of his nephews heard about it and he quickly went to the High Court and put in an application as a family member. They verified he's a family member. He was to get the permission from the court to bury his uncle because he was going to be buried as a pauper. All these things that you see, flowers and people praying and all that, all this was not the plan. He was not supposed to get all of this. He was just supposed to be taken to the dig a grave, just take him in there, put him in there, and that's all. So the nephew now got the permission from the court to bury him. And that was what the nephew did yesterday. Now, how did we get to a place where a leader can brainwash his church and even his family members, his wife and his children, to a place where After he died, for 579 days, they refused to bury him, believing he is going to resurrect, he's going to rise up. How did we get to that place, people? Can you see the damage that false teaching does to people? Now, what sort of life is his wife, his children going to live? What are they going to tell other people? It breaks my heart, seriously. But when you keep consuming false teaching on false teaching on false teaching, that's where you end up. You end up in a place where you hold on to certain false doctrines and theology that you think is true, but it's not. But it's not. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, to know that he was buried after 579 days of passing away. His family members, his wife was not there. His children, 2 adult children, they were not there. How did you get to a place? How did you get to such a place? You see how false teaching is damaging people, damaging churches, damaging families. We need to be careful what we consume. We need to be careful what we listen to, who we allow to teach us, who we allow to pray for us, who we allow to prophesy over us. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. Again, if you want to support my legal fee with $70 or 1,000 Rand, please do that via PayPal. This is towards my legal fee. With Alf Lukau, the pastor or prophet who was involved in this whole thing about a resurrection of somebody who passed away. You see the whole thing, right? One after the other. About 4 years ago, he was involved in that. He took me to prison. I went to prison for the truth. And now he wants me to pay him. It's a court order, so I have to obey it. I have to do whatever it takes. I don't have the money to do that, but I'm believing you will help me raise the money. If you are in Nigeria, you want to help, please do so. Any amount. If you're in South Africa, please do so. Or you want to do Western Union or whatever, please get in touch with me via that number. But it's sad that someone you claim you loved passed away. You refused to bury him for 579 days. And when he was being buried by his nephew, none of you guys showed up. His wife, no his adult son, or no his adult daughter. God bless you guys. I'll see you again.